In this video segment, we'll be discussing setting up an effective school-age cart. One of the biggest challenges that school-age programs encounter is having shared space. This means the program does not have storage within the room where they're creating their quality environment, and therefore very dependent on their cart to carry the materials to create an effective program that meets the needs and interests of each child. I am pleased to present 3 examples of educators creating effective carts that are very different. You'll see that they have chosen materials that will support skill development, meet interests, and create a quality environment for all.
For me, school-age programming is all about 2 things, manipulatives and loose parts, which is basically how my whole cart is laid out. So I have, one side is manipulatives. So I have a mini marble run, I have some Lego, these are called Kapla blocks, and they're the greatest things ever because they're for school age, especially in shared spaces, because they're small. And there's tons of them. This whole bin is just blocks. And then down here I have magnets and figurines, small figurines to encourage. I find with school agers, dramatic play tends to come out through playing with things like figurines, building structures.
All of our plants that I put out in the classroom when I get into the classroom of the day to add some natural environment into their class.
My resource books. So because the children are doing a lot of things with loose parts, I focus on things that explain techniques as opposed to product-driven exercises. So I have like an origami book, I have drawing books, I have art books from cartoons that they like that go through the process of other artists and how they create. I have science books, and I have board games, which is another big staple for the school ager.
We have our art supplies, games, so I put like bop bits and things in here that I can't store in my room. I do have a little bit of space upstairs, so that's where I store like my board games and stuff. But more of the little handheld stuff I store in there. We've got our makerspace bin, which has a lot of our wood materials, our tools, everything that we use to build the cart with. And then our Zen bin, which is stuff that we use to reduce anxiety in kids. Some meditation cards in there, some yoga cards, some calming bottles, things like that. We have a ball in here that has texture on it so they can toss it back and forth with a friend outside and have that release.
The back of the cart, my cardboard stash. I root through the recycling here, I root through my own recycling, I save everything I can, and I put it out as supplies for the children. I have a fabric bin. I love to sew, so that's something I've brought in with my group. Different size scissors are important too. The children access all of the materials themselves. Sometimes they need a reminder as to where something is, so they'll ask me, I need this, and then I can say, well, it's on either the makerspace cart or our big cart. I always have various magnets that we can turn some of their art into a magnet. It's always nice to be able to take something and give it to a parent, then they can take it home.
It's all what the kids are into, really. Definitely some staple items are obviously some art supplies, makerspace stuff, some of the Zen stuff, but typically I like to change it out with what they're into. So if we have this up here that says suggestions, so what I always encourage them is to come to me with things that they're interested in, no matter what it is, and I'll try to make it work into our budget and put it on the cart for them to use.
Every day whenever I'm interacting with them, I talk to them about what they're doing in their class, at school, what they've done with their weekend. I've learned about all their different activities through conversation and observation.
For me, it's behaviorals a lot of the time. If my room starts to get really on edge or too noisy, the children, I call it spinning, when they won't sit, they'll stop for a minute and do something and then move on when they're bouncing around a lot. That's when I know it's time to switch things up. And that's when I go to my at-home supply of loose parts. Organization is key when you have a lot of stuff. I always have lots of containers to put stuff in. So I have the turkey trays. There's actually a bunch of these here, but they stack so they don't take up a lot of room. But then you can spread a messy project out really quickly and it's a lot easier cleanup.
Make it your own and make it something that the kids enjoy and something that they feel a part of, because when they feel a part of it, they're going to keep it nice, they're going to keep it tidy, they're going to keep it so that they are going to want to use it.
In summary, although in a shared space, a cart can create an environment that children feel connected to by the materials displayed and activities that are chosen that meet their skill set and interests.
For more information, please visit our website at cissnewsletter.ca.